I love this game. Oh yeah, there you go. Excellent Google Foo, thank you. Hey, thanks, Shroom Girl. What's a boner? I just said, J. Monty. It means a mistake. So if, for instance, Batman were to highlight your mistake on, say, the news, you could say that Batman showed your boner on the national news. Which is, I believe, something that the Joker actually said. Or something like that. Let's chalk this up to another conversation that I wasn't expecting to have 5 minutes into the stream. I jump sometimes. That one makes sense, because it's a staircase. Again. Alright, I guess you could see why I jump a lot unnecessarily, because if there's a room that I don't jump in, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Ooh, struggled with that jump a lot. We could have a decent time save in this segment if I get up here reasonably fast. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now that's less fine. Okay, now we're gonna lose some time. Yeah, that's okay. Let's hope for no unexpected boners this run. Exactly, J. Monty. That's true, I did bring it up, yeah. I did bring it up, Chosen. I can't be like, oh, didn't expect to be talking about this. I sat down and was like, ha ha ha, okay, so boners. Like, that's basically how I started the stream today. Then I tried to back myself out of it by being like, oh no, Think you might like it in time for Valentine's Day? Oh, I'm gonna have to look at it, Gaga. I can't right now, but... Hey, Prochas, how you doing? I need to pull my chair in. There, that's better. I've noticed my posture getting worse lately. Oh! Which is bad. Because that's going to cause huge problems if I don't, you know, start doing something to correct it now. I've just been so lazy. Winter is so lazy. At the end of summer, I was, like, so tired, and I was so looking forward to winter so I could just, like, be lazy. And then wintertime has come, and I want to be lazy, but I have all this pressure on me to, like, no, you have to eat right. You have to exercise. You have to, you know, make meals. You have to clean dishes. You have to do stuff. And I don't want to. I just want to hibernate. I want to be a bear, and I want to hibernate. Well, I'm happy to hear that, Shroom Girl. I do my best to make people free of their self-consciousness. Thank you so much, Yuppie. Nice to see you. Okay, that's not where you split. I almost hit reset. That was quite an embarrassing boner. Alright, no more of that. I know if you press jump at the door transition and backwards, you jump immediately to the wall in the end of escape. It really helps with that last room. Okay, if you press jump at the door transition and backwards, you jump immediately to the wall at the end of the escape. Okay, I'll have to practice that. I really didn't, like, I need to go back and learn the run again, because there's a lot of things that I was like, okay, that's a movement trick that I don't need to learn right now, I'm just learning the route. Now that I know the route, I need to go back and relearn some of those movement tricks. That would be helpful. Oh, there's not one there. I would also like to do this without having to go onto a platform, because I'm confident to do one wall jump Once I have to start chaining them together, it gets a little bit more iffy. And that's such a tight space. You don't have much room away from the wall to get past some of those platforms, which is why I land on a platform. It's to jump up on the one that's really hard to do. Oh! Missed the ledge. Up! The movement in this is definitely a lot more intense than Link to the Past. It has to be a lot more precise, but at the same time, Link to the Past has randomness that you have to respond to, and Super Metroid has a lot less of it. Hey, Whitestone, how you doing? Can you do that, Alien? I don't know. I would assume if they didn't let your middle finger one through. But a boner emote would be fun. If it was just the word, it might be okay. I don't know. Okay. Exclamation point, extra missile. Oh, that's fine. I got 5. I thought I got 0. Cool. Make it a command. If there were like a Joker emote or something. Because out of context, I don't know if people would be like, why is there a boner command? Hey, the Afrayer, how you doing? Have you put much thought into your emotes when you finally get access to them? I have, yeah. A little bit. I'm still committed to the idea that there needs to be a constantly growing number of dog emotes on Twitch. So, in true to my promise to him, to make him a Twitch celebrity, Sydney Dog will be getting his own emote. And that will likely be one of the first 2. At some point, there will be a Fruit Bat emote, owing to the fact that I don't believe there are any of those. And then the rest will be my face, with slightly different expressions. I'm sure you guys will get a lot of use out of them. I have thought, and I don't know if I'm going to do it. But I might do one of my face that I Photoshop so that I look like Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Dang. It's funny how, like, nailing that mock ball, it's the thing with speedrunning, right? You learn a new trick, and you fail it, and you fail it, and you fail it. And the really good runs are the runs where you only fail it a couple of times. And then eventually you start getting runs where you get it on the first attempt, and then you have to get it on the first attempt from there on out. Because if you don't, you lose 10 seconds. Hey, thanks, just me. Don't forget an extra arrow emote? Yes. Will there be a Fruit Bat with your face but with different expressions? Sure, I could go with that. That's a good one, too. Ow. Ow. Ouch! Stop it! Go away! What are you doing? Get out of here! That thing wanted to get me. I didn't know they had AI that made them actually do that. I thought they just kind of bounced around randomly. That was terrifying. Been a long time? It's not actually been that long since we've played it, Yo-Yo. Tathius! How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for the $3 tip. Hey, Fruit Bats, thanks for streaming. I'll fall asleep to your stream as usual. Hope you have a good one. Not that you've had a bad one yet. Good night. Thank you so much, Tathius. I really appreciate it. I actually stopped by, I don't know if you saw me in the viewer list, but I stopped by earlier to watch you playing some, forgot to split at Charge Beam, that's fine. Playing some Counter-Strike. Not a big FPS fan usually, but that game kind of did look a little bit fun. Anyway, thank you so much, Tathius. Nice to see you. Hope your night has treated you well. I think that's the first time I've seen one pursue you like that. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that happen either. Pretty sure Aang starts to grow hair by the end of the series. Well, yeah, that's because he's 12. Oh! And he doesn't. I mean, he grows his hair to blend in with the Fire Nation to hide his tattoo. Spoiler alert. Because he's planning to assassinate Prince Zuko. Spoiler alert. Just kidding, it's not. Forgot the charge split reading the comments? Yeah, but that's alright. The way that the timer is able to calculate times now doesn't rely on having a split every single time. Because it's now got, like, math that fixes things for you. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Fruitbat's dropping Avatar knowledge. Oh, I know everything there is to know about Avatar. The Last Airbender. That's actually not true. I do not have the most recent book, but I've got most of them. I love that show. It's a great show. He only grows hair because he's passed out for like a month? Yeah, well, yeah. But he keeps it for much of that season. But, you know, the best dramatic moment, not the best dramatic moment of that season, what am I talking about? That's season 3. There's a ton of dramatic moments of that season. But one of the huge dramatic moments of that season is when Aang shaves his head again. Okay, speaking of Alien, I don't know if you're still here or listening. Speaking of dramatic moments, I forgot we were talking about the opera scene in Final Fantasy VI yesterday. And when I have a moment, I want to remember, like when the conversation dips a little bit, because I want to talk about that scene, because I've been thinking about that scene a lot yesterday. Oh. Second time playing it, you suck? Oh, no, Tathius, you did fine. Again, I don't play FPSs, so you did way better than I would have done. That'll do. Donkey. You're not here at all? Okay. Good, then I won't tell the story yet. Kraid Quick Kill? I still don't know it. I still gotta learn it. The, like, few movement things and things like this is just stuff that I didn't learn when I was first learning the route, because it was like, okay, I could learn this later. Now it's time that I learn it, and I just haven't yet. The technique that I'm using here is actually the backup strategy if you miss the Kraid Quick Kill. So I guess it's not a bad thing that I'm practicing it. I didn't think he was going to open his mouth there. Oh, shoot! Open. That was fine. That wasn't super fast. Hey, Jogger, how you doing? Did I buy a new camera? I did a while ago. Yes, it's been about a week or so now. But it's nice, right? New camera, new lights. Totally down to talk about Final Fantasy VI. Oh, me too, Steven. I love that game. Soda Pop John, how you doing? What did you get for rewards today on Hearthstone? Oh, I haven't opened it yet. So we're going to see on stream later what I get. Live. It's one of the hard things about being a streamer is I'm anxious to see what I get, but I was like, well, I know I have to wait until I stream, so. Because I could have just done it last night. I could have logged in last night, but I intentionally couldn't play the game last night because I had to wait to log in for the first time of the month on stream. New lights, new camera, same old action. Okay. Alright, seriously? I like jumped probably like 7 times. One of the times I got the spin. And when I got the spin, that thing went down and bit me. Ah. Have you watched Kora 2? I have, Haircut. Not the end of it, though. I've not watched, I think, the last half of the last season. I don't know why I stopped. I just kind of stopped. I need to watch it, but I didn't like Kora as much as I liked The Last Airbender. I liked it, but If not for The Last Airbender, I probably wouldn't have been into Kora. I would have watched a few episodes of it and been like, this is pretty cool, but nah. I think. I don't know that. Oh, I didn't jump, but I think that's okay. I actually think jumping is a problem here. Oh, go through! That's right. Yeah, I don't want to jump through that door. And yeah, good luck, Chosen. Oh! There we go. Opera scene was so good you remembered as a kid being like, what? How are they going to handle this? I know, it's awesome, right? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Come on. Chibi, thank you so much for the host there. Nice to see you. Hope your Monday is treating you well. Is Kora good? The only thing you like about it is her design. The art in it is awesome. I think the art in it is good. The fighting to me isn't as interesting. Like, I really liked the style of the fights in The Last Airbender, and Kora just lacked that for some reason. There were a few fights that were super awesome, but like, the style was a little bit less martial artist and a little bit more like pugilist. Like, it was just a lot of punchy things, and so it didn't seem to have the flow and the art to it as much, in my opinion. But at least that's true of the first couple of seasons. They may have changed it for the last one. And the tough thing about Kora, too, is that it's 3 separate stories as opposed to one unified story told over 3 books. So it just lacks the sort of, like... I feel like this word is overused, but I'm using it in the sense of what the word means. It's a little bit less epic. Yeah, and it included things like fart bending, which was like, okay. I hated Milo. Ugh, I hated Milo. El Cortez, how you doing? Are there metal benders in Kora? Yeah. There's a lot of, like... There's a lot of reference back to things that happened in The Last Airbender. So, like, lightning bending is more common, metal bending is more common. Green Linen, how you doing? Nice to see you. 4 stories, actually. Oh, is there 4? Which is the one I'm missing? There's the season that was... There's the first season with the Equalists. Then there's the season with needing to close the gates and the poles or something. I forget what the story is. And where they talk about the first Avatar. And then there's the one with the, like, rogue benders. What is the story that I'm missing? Oh, darn it, I keep missing that jump. Up. Hey, Juna, how you doing? But it's cool to know that they tie them together. I need to watch the end of it then. Before I could pass judgment on its overall story, I need to actually see its overall story. But looking at the seasons in self-contained chunks, it just didn't have the same feel. And I think a little bit of a part of that is because, particularly in Season 1, they restricted the story mostly to a place called Republic City, which is like the capital of the world, basically, in Korra's time, as opposed to in The Last Airbender, where they were going all through the world. So you were seeing, like, the entire world developing as the characters explored through it. And in Kora, it was like one major place the entire time, which was fine. It was just, it lacked the same big global feel that I liked in The Last Airbender. Did they confirm what happened to Zuko's mom? Yeah, in one of the comics they did. I won't spoil it by talking about it, just in case there are people who want to see it. But there's a trilogy of books of graphic novels, I suppose. Whoa, that go into it. Thank you so much, Green Linen. Oh, wow, that's a way of bursting through there. I never thought of that. Nothing beats a buck on a duck, or in this case, a fruit bat's pocket. Thank you so much, Green Linen. I really appreciate that. Hope things have been going well for you. Hope Karen and Logan are doing well as well. You guys have been so great. Thank you very much for your support. Just bought Arena, Paladin, Mage, or Warlock. Well, I mean, are you asking what I would pick or what you should pick? Because you phrased it as you just bought an Arena. So am I choosing for myself or am I choosing for you? Went to an Arena, Paladin, Mage, Warlock? I don't know. Honestly, the one you want to play. I feel like we have this discussion a lot of times every day of people just saying, like, these are my 3 classes, which one should I pick? And the answer is always going to be the same. Pick the one you want to play. In much the same way that the answer is always going to be the same for what should I have for dinner. Just whatever you want. I don't know. I could name things, but Paladin is really strong right now. Mage is really strong right now. Warlock's a little bit weaker, but I find Warlock a lot more fun, and I personally tend to do better with Warlock. So for me, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm going to take Paladin because it's the strongest. For me, I would say, oh, I'm going to take Warlock because I enjoy it more, and because I do a little bit better with it. So that's the thing that you have to discover for yourself. What are the classes that resonate particularly well with you, and that you get better than average results in, and those are the ones that you should play. Or if the ones that you're a little bit weaker in you want to get better at, choose those and play them. Otherwise, Paladin. When had Paladin and Mage not been strong in Arena? Pretty much never. Paladin was dramatically weaker before, well, really, GVG, their power creep started upward. Mages have always been one of the top classes. But I'm of the opinion that Mage is a little bit weaker right now than it's been. I don't know why. I guess it's a matter of how high I jump. If I jump up too high, that bottom platform isn't loaded into the game. Oh, shoot, I just froze myself under here. This is awful. This is awful. Oh, come on. Ugh. Final season deals with the... Wait, did I... Okay, then I guess I'm wrong. Maybe I missed an entire season and a half. Final season deals with an usurping of power in the Earth Kingdom. Yeah, I didn't even know about that storyline. Okay, I'm way behind in Kora then. Alright, then I have no business judging it. I need to watch it. I need to watch it. Damage boost engaged. Not a good one, though. Bad damage boost. Warlock is absolutely outstanding when you cook it for 12 minutes in a frying pan. Sear it on both sides. It's perfect. Seasoned correctly with shielded mini-bots. Brings Paladin to a nice golden crisp. Oh, jumped a little early there. No. Whew, that was close. Actually, my energy is really low, I just noticed. I need to go back to my ship. Haven't seen you play Super Metroid in a while. You seem a lot more confident in it. Do you still use notes? Oh, no. I'm way beyond notes now. Do you use notes still, or do you feel comfy playing it, playing Super Metroid, or Super Metroid like I do, Link to the Past? No, not quite that much yet. I feel a lot more comfortable in it, but I still have to think about paths that I take. and I still sometimes accidentally go the wrong way. But I have a pretty good grasp of it now. A little bit high, but that's fine. We'll just have to get the missiles on the way back. Alright. And hey, Blairberry, how you doing? Alright, that was reasonably successful. We missed the ledge, so we went a little bit further than we needed to with the Shine Spark, but we pulled both of them off on the first attempt. The lineups were slightly off on both of them, but I'd rather get them both on the first attempt than, you know, get them correctly on the second attempt. Actually, I can't get energy from that one, so skip it. We'll do just a little bit of farming here. I'm actually going to call that enough. No, I'm going to get one more. I'm going to get one more. Have you missed the Arena Run Center? No, no, no. We're doing that after this run. So we'll get that started in about half an hour. About 40 minutes. Ideally less, though. Reasonable success. Should be a new series set in the Avatar universe where the Avatar of the era isn't one of the main protagonists. I think that'd be really cool. I imagine if there is a third entry in it, that's probably the route they would go. Because the next Avatar in the series would be what? Earth, right? Yeah. Oh, shoot, I forgot to turn off ice. Darn it. Alright, at least we got a quick cycle. So this won't be that different from just having a longer cycle. You predict slow Phantoon? Oh, yuppie. Normally, I, would approve of people's hopes, but I think I'm gonna hope against you on that one there. Whether or not a damage boost is good or bad depends on your perspective. My perspective was under frozen jelly beans, so my perspective was definitely that it was a bad one. Ah. Alright, we just need 2 more hits. Mr. Grunge, how you doing? Oh! Alright. That wasn't too bad. I'm gonna turn Ice Beam back on now. Why not? Although it does artificially slow down this split, but that's okay. Lots of snow, so you're making chili? Ah, yum, yum. Hey, Printy Creed, how you doing? Meant the Phantoon pattern's slow. Slow is bad, but way more common than... Oh, I see what you're saying. The patterns. Yes, 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 yes. Well, I'm still gonna hope against that. We actually got pretty good patterns there. I forgot to split. I was even talking about it, and I forgot to do it. I need some water. Got through there faster than normal, though. Oh! There we go. I'm such a weirdo. Why do you always come when it's Phantoon time? Ah, because it's always Phantoon time in Super Metroid. Except for, you know, most of it. It's actually only Phantoon time for a couple of minutes. What does split mean? So splitting, the act of splitting, is usually referring to the button that I hit in order to move on to the next segment. So split as a verb means move on to the next segment. Split as a noun would refer to the segment itself. So if I say, oh, I had a slow split, I mean that segment was really slow. Or if I say I forgot to split, I mean I forgot to hit the button to move on to the next split. PC Cosplays, how you doing? Split like an ice cream banana split? Exactly, yes. That would be an even better kind of split. Ooh, we should make a little miniature banana split out of clay. So for those of you who do not follow on Twitter or haven't noticed it yet, or haven't heard me mention it yet, this evening we will be doing another clay miniature stream. We'll be making a miniature blueberry pie out of clay. It'll be super fun and super delightful, so make sure you're here. That'll be after Hearthstone Arena. I'm assuming we'll start probably somewhere between like 7 and 8 Pacific. Don't split yet. Still ahead on Phantoon? Yeah, yuppie, we were making good time. Does anybody know how much damage charge, wave, or plasma does to Phantoon compared to missiles? No. Not off the top of my head. I just know it's 12 hit with a charge shot. But plasma, I don't know, because I don't know how to get plasma before Phantoon. I suppose you could, I just don't know how. Have we gone through all of the new bat facts? I don't know. There are a lot, but we probably go through most of the bat facts every day. No split for Phantoon? Yeah, I forgot to hit the button, so we just skipped it. No, I'd probably be fine without these missiles. Oh, well, okay, but I'm gonna get them anyway. Where did I get my Twitch name from? Because fruit bats are awesome. Dog was taken. Fruit bat, despite being an amazing animal, was not taken. Ergo, fruit bats. Easy call. Improved your link to the Bass PB again. You're at 146.47 now. Nice. 145 is really close. Sub 140 feels super cool too, but sub 145 was a huge goal. Well done. I don't know why I ran that way. Yep. Nice. Oops. This is a really fun part, because it almost feels like playing pinball. I love that. It's one of the fun things about speedrun, like, when you're speedrunning, there are tactics for how we move up, and there are tactics for how we move down. There is such a thing as falling optimally. You want to try to, you know, fall as quickly as you can. It's one of those things you never really worry about. Not casual run. I jumped right in its mouth. Right into its mouth. Onward to Meridia! As long as I remember and don't accidentally start going to Ridley. Starting to do clay? I am Green Linen, yeah. And you're starting to do perlers? That's awesome. Perlers are fun. I was thinking of starting to do them too, but I don't know. I didn't. I did clay instead. I guess there was no real reason for that other than the fact that I felt clay called to me more and threatened to kill me. Hey, Cremateur, how you doing? Oh, make it! Wanted to do a Metroid Perler thing, like, oh, it's up there, I can't get it. Our very own Alien made us a very good, Metroid Perler. Alright, so I'm starting to feel ready to talk about the Final Fantasy VI Opera House thing. Did the first exam of your semester today, Cremateur, that's awesome. I'm not going to force Alien to check in again. If he happens not to be here or not to be listening, I'll bring it up later and refer him back to the VOD and force him to watch it under threat of... Okay, I guess I don't have anything to threaten with, but... Need to get back to crochet, starting to see a few more crochet creative streams. Oh, yeah. And they're really fun, too. I saw someone crocheting a Charizard the other day, which was super cool to watch. Oops. Alright, so I was thinking about this scene in the Opera House, because this is what makes Final Fantasy VI so amazing, I think. It was one of the very first games to have character development on this scale. Final Fantasy IV had a, more character development than was typically seen in even an RPG, but up to this point, RPGs were predominantly like, you go to a dungeon, you fight a boss, you come back from the dungeon, they let you go into the next town, you buy your upgrades at that town, you go into that town's dungeon, you beat its boss, you go into the next town, you buy those upgrades, and you just keep doing that. And then RPGs got a little bit more sophisticated with ways of disguising that and being like, oh, the crown got stolen, go get it. And then, oh, you got the crown, well, I grant you passage to the next kingdom. Or like, oh, no, the bridge is broken, so you have to go do this. Or, oh, you need a boat? Well, I could build you a boat, but I need wood from up on that mountain, and it's guarded by a dragon, So it would always be that sort of thing. And the Opera House scene was pretty much the first time you had a dungeon and a boss that was not a dungeon at all. The plot of it, first of all, is just brilliant, and it involves who I think is probably one of the best female protagonists in any game ever, Celis from Final Fantasy VI. I think she's one of the best female protagonists ever, in terms of character development and characterization, and the storyline that she has, it's brilliant. And it's just this out-of-nowhere brilliant scene of music and animation in a way that you had never seen in a game before. And it was just like suddenly emotional, and you see a bunch of really huge, really important character development moments in that, not just from Celis, but Sabin and Edgar, the Figaro brothers. You learn a huge thing about their characterization as well, which dramatically changes the way you view both characters. It's just this massive character turning point that's just out of nowhere and done in a way that's never been done in a game before. So you just watch it and it's like, I've never seen something like that in a video game ever. And since, it happens all the time, but Final Fantasy VI was really one of the first, or at least the first that I played, that did something, okay, come on that scale. And was amazing for it. Why am I getting sucked into the quicksand so quickly today? Thinking of starting your yearly run of Final Fantasy VI soon? Oh, it's such a good game, right? Hey, Jesse, how you doing? Celis is amazing, I know, isn't she? She's such a great character. I'm so glad you guys agree. I mean, Final Fantasy VI is already a little bit unusual as far as RPGs go for really having no main character. It's an ensemble cast in a way that really no other RPG does, or has done, or did before. Like, it's truly an ensemble RPG. Or an ensemble cast, and I think people would say Terra, if anyone, is the main character, but Celis feels like a decent sell for main character, and so does Locke, honestly. And Edgar, in some ways. I think Edgar is really underlooked at as somebody who could be that game's main character. Because a lot of the things that happen because of him. A patched, upgraded translation? Oh, that'd be cool. What is different about it? Final Fantasy VI really set the bar high in terms of narrative. It did, yeah. And beyond then, like, don't get me wrong, I liked Final Fantasy VII, both in gameplay and in plot. I loved Final Fantasy VII. But Final Fantasy VI was like, let's tell this epic story, but we have constraints. Final Fantasy VII was like, let's tell this epic story and go way too complicated. Like, Final Fantasy VII is just a little bit too much. We are just golden like crazy, by the way. Final Fantasy VII was just a little bit too much. Final Fantasy VI's little bit of reservation, but also bigger than anything that had ever been done before, was just fantastic. Always viewed Locke as the main character? He could be. There's a lot that happens because of him, too. It's why, for me, like, if you want to do a canonical party, I think it would be Locke, Terra, Salis, and Edgar. Because they're probably the most important, plot-wise, characters of the game. Like, Setzer and Realm have that whole section that's important, but they could be in the party or not, and largely it'd be fine. Or Mog. Even Sabin, who's important, is, you know, secondary. Cyan, great story, but isn't really necessary. But nonetheless, even the non-necessary characters have amazing characterization and development. That's the thing I like of it. Favorite party is Locke, Celis, Sabin, and Cyan. Oh, that's a good one. Just don't die to Mother Brain today, gonna be doing my best. Have I ever played the Kingdom Hearts games? No. I really would like to, though. Oops! Spin jump, please. Oh! Come on. Final Fantasy VII was when the game started getting all broody. That's a good point. Like, don't get me wrong, there was definitely darkness in Final Fantasy VI. What with the whole... I mean, it's one of the few games where the antagonist succeeds in destroying the world. You know what I mean? Like, most of the times in RPGs, you stop the bad guy from destroying the world. And in Final Fantasy VI, you don't. The world actually gets destroyed. And then the game continues on after that of you just trying to pick up the pieces. And in that context, particularly immediately after the end of the world, with Celis, again, of course, because she's the best character, is unbelievably sad and tragic. Sabin and Gao were your favorite when you were younger? I love the chapter when you separate into 3 different parties and Sabin meets Gao. That's like one of my favorite parts of the game. And Gao, again, totally, largely irrelevant character, but has this amazing character development, because he's this wild child who you learn a little bit about his parentage, and it ends up being tragic and sad and awesome in that way. Okay, that's right. You have to blow through this. What am I doing? Yeah, that's really true. I mean, it's one of those classic show don't tell sort of things. We care about every character in Final Fantasy VI because they have real, true motivations that we could empathize with. Like, here's a good example. So, in Bravely Default, there's a character they introduce who dies pretty much immediately, and I had pretty much no emotional connection to it all. But then they introduce Cyan, and his wife dies almost immediately, and that was a really tragic moment. Why? I don't know. I think because it took place in a greater context and made it seem more important. It wasn't just like a one-off thing. Shadow was also awesome. Shadow and Insurrector, who I always called Interceptor when I was a kid. But then when I was an adult, I looked at it and I was like, oh, his name is Insurrector. Which, don't get me wrong, is still a cool name. It's actually kind of cooler. When you found out how to recruit Shadow, yeah. That's like one of those ultimate early, like, secrets that you learn, right? Never used Gao, but apparently if you get certain rages for him, he's insane. Well, Gao, and in some ways... something feels wrong. Why do I have so much health? I have more health than I feel like I should, but I am going to fight Ridley, so this is the right way. Why do I have so much health? Why am I complaining about it? That was my issue with Fallout 4. You didn't spend any reasonable amount of time getting to know your child or spouse. Oh, yeah, at the very beginning. and then the game expects you to be like, oh, I desperately need to look for them, right? They need to provide, like, as the player, I need, where am I going? Yeah, this is right. As the player, I need motivation to go do things. My characters don't need motivation. So just telling me plot-wise why my characters want to do something doesn't make me want to do it. Just let me want to do it independently. And one of the easiest ways to do that, you know, get me to care about my father's sword, is make it a really powerful sword. Then I, as a player, will care about it. And then I, as a player, will really be upset. Like, if you have your father's ceremonial sword, right, and it's replaced by a lot of better weapons in your arsenal, and then it gets taken from you, and your character's like, oh no, we have to get it back, you as a player will be like, whatever, it doesn't matter, let's just go on to more important things. And it'll seem stupid if your characters insist on going to get it, because you don't care as a player. But if that sword is super powerful, then you care. You want that sword back, because now your character's weaker. That's probably too low. Yeah, I think that's too low. I'm having the hardest time hitting Y. I don't know what it is. It's multiple times during this segment I can't drop a power bomb. I should learn a way to do that without intentionally taking a hit. There we go. I also hit Y a bunch of times, though. Oh, come on. There needs to be a Final Fantasy VI The After Years? Yeah. Well, we have a little bit of idea what happens to them afterward. Oh, I forgot to jump coming through here. That's alright. So, is anyone familiar with Super Metroid technology? What actually is space jump? How can I jump like that? Like, what is the physical mechanism behind space jump? I could buy almost everything else. Space jump confuses me. Oh! I don't split there. 2 snow chuggers in a row? Nice. Oh, shoot! Leave me alone. The space jump, And then, like, okay, I buy its anti-gravity. Sure, I'll take that. How does it let me jump infinitely in water when I usually can't, and also technically I could jump infinitely in air, but only if I time the jumps a certain way? Anti-gravity generation, but limited to quick bursts? Yeah, but why does it have to be timed to a specific timing bit of my jump? At not quite the apex of my jump, but like a beat after the apex is when it kicks in. You have to fall slightly, then it'll kick in. Temporarily opens a portal into another dimension under your feet, where they contact ground, causing you to be able to jump again. Accepted. If no If no timing, you would boost to the ground. Well, yeah, I mean, that explains why it has to be timed, but why do I keep missing these? I thought I was standing in the right spot. Gotta regen the power to make anti-gravity. So it's like we convert this small little burst of energy into an upward burst. Am I standing on the wrong one? I might be standing on the laggier one. Oh, that's enough. No, that was the right one. Open! Space Jump is a highly advanced Chozo design movement system, and the Chozo is a Birdman race, and I guess that's why you could fly through the air. I accept it. No! Sometimes he turns around and sometimes he doesn't. It's super missile time. Yeah, that was a lot of missiles in you, wasn't it? Are you dead? Yeah, you are. That was a good Ridley fight. That was a really good Ridley fight. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. That was a 40-second gold. 40-second gold. Which means we went from the plasma beam to that Ridley E tank 40 seconds faster than has ever been done before. And not by anybody ever. I mean, by me. That's incredible. I didn't think I had that much time to save there. Because I have a lot more too. Ooh, sweet. Don't need to jump over those. Don't die versus Mother Brain, I'll do my best. Because we were on a good pace last time, and that's exactly what happened. Yes, I made it. I have such a hard time with that jump. Because this I learned the other day too. Come on. In this game, if you crouch before you jump, you actually get more height. What an intense attention to realism, sort of. Oops. I missed the ledge. Don't know how Metroid Media says, but that's the one that says that space jump is a Chozo tech. Well, every technology we get is a Chozo tech, so I believe that part. Come on! Thank goodness I'm stopping at my ship, but I'd prefer not to be dead before I get there. Jump! Okay, we might lose some time getting to the Golden 4. Ah! I have a really hard time jumping through the air when I'm maintaining a charge shot. Missiles aren't Chozo tech? Well, I mean, in general they aren't, but aren't Samus's missiles Chozo tech? Bat PFAX! Oh. Jump, Samus! Okay. I feel like my controller is not being as responsive to me as I prefer it be. Whew. The red key unders do so much damage. I know, don't they? Look at this. We're almost completely out of energy. How many legendaries do you get in Arena? At 11 cards, you've gotten 2. There's no set amount. Anywhere between 0 and 30. Now, I don't think I need another bomb. I think 1 is sufficient. Hopefully 1 is sufficient, because that's how many I have. Oh, I'm so nervous. It's like, that was such an incredible Ridley tank, I don't want to throw it away. And it's so easy, too. Way more common to get 0, yeah. I don't think I've ever had... I may have had 3. I may have had 3. I just played so many arenas, I feel like it's probable at some point that I've had 3. I know I've only had 2 a few times, though. And I don't know if anyone ever has gotten 30 legendaries. It's theoretically possible, but I don't know that it's ever happened. Well, we have a long way to still go to get to the ship. I'm not too worried about health, but... I am happy with most of my movement today, though. I'm pretty precise with my movements. Oh, I didn't open it. Okay, good. Most you've ever seen is 4 in your own deck, or just, like, on the internet, too? Because I think I've seen a post on the internet with, like, 4 legendaries, but I don't know if I've ever seen it on, like, a stream or in my own gameplay. I've never seen it live! Some people believe the legendary rate is higher on the weekends. I don't really think it is, but I think it's a little bit of confirmation bias, but because every once in a while I'll think, oh, yep, legendary, it's higher legendaries on the weekend, and I'll be like, oh, wait, no, today is Monday. But it'll be a day that I got a bunch of legendaries. Like, I drafted a deck with 2 legendaries and then another deck with 1 legendary, and every opponent I'm running into seems to have 1 or 2 legendaries. But then it's a Monday. That was pretty good. Who's the Ganon of the Metroid series? Probably Ridley, the one who I just killed. Ridley is the one behind most things. Technically, the final boss is an AI creature called Mother Brain, and that's who we're going to go kill right now. But Ridley is the mastermind behind everything. And potentially also the one who corrupted Mother Brain. So the main bad guy, the, like, primary antagonist and Samus's rival, Ridley, we just killed. For both revenge purposes and because, for some reason, his soul is tied to getting to the lower reaches of this planet, which is where we're headed right now, to blow it up. Nope! Have you thought of not visiting the ship to make Baby Metroid faster? Ooh, that's a good question. I've never really actually thought about it. It's one of those things that I just started doing when I was new because, you know, when you don't know how to manage health, you just get all the health you possibly can. So I never really thought about the fact that that health really isn't necessary. It could be helpful to get through some of the more dangerous areas to keep me from dying. So maybe because my health was as low as it was, going to the ship was a good idea. But if I had like 4 tanks or something, I should probably be fine. So let me pay attention to actually how much damage I take before I get to the Metroid, because very frequently it's 0. But in this time in particular, let's see. And we'll see exactly how much time we could have saved. Oh, no! Alright, we did lose some time in the Golden 4, but that's fine. Hey, Liliander, how you doing? Oh, it's the missile count is another big thing, too. That's right. I guess that's the big thing, is the missile count. This part is such a dexterity game, too, because you have to freeze them, switch to your missiles, and then switch off of your missiles to get back to the freeze. Oh, no! Oops, missed. Okay, I think we're good. This room I find the hardest to get through, though. Oh, no! Oh, shoot, it got on me. Got it off reasonably fast, though. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, so look at my energy. My energy is actually fuller than it was when I came down here. Because I was at, like, 98, and I've actually filled up in health. That's right, I forgot those little baby the Metroids that you kill give you a lot of health, too. So yeah, I guess I'll check based on missiles. Wouldn't Mother Brain technically be the Ganon of the Metroid series? Ridley is just hired help? Well, no, Mother Brain, as far as I know, isn't sentient. She's an actual brain, but she's kind of like, she's kind of like GLaDOS in Portal. She's an AI computer that controls everything. But Ridley is like the brains behind the Space Pirates. He leads it. He was the one who stole the Metroid, like himself. But I guess it depends. If you're asking in terms of plot, I would say Ridley is more like Ganon. If you're asking in terms of gameplay, Mother Brain is Ganon. Because A, she comes at the end, and B, you have to kill all the other bosses to get to her. Yeah, GLaDOS is sentient, but Mother Brain is an earlier AI. Mother Brain is also really forgotten after this game. She's a cyborg Kree Metroid. Right. Yeah, Mother Brain isn't really featured in anything after this, as far as I know. And Ridley is. Ridley still appears in everything. Ridley is like the recurring baddie. Yup. Okay, I got bumped a little bit before I walked through the door, but that's okay. Maybe. Oh, darn it. There's sometimes it doesn't work, and I don't really know why. Oh, shoot. Darn it. Darn it! Mother Brain is like now the segment where I lose so much time. This is my time loss segment. There we go. Gotta destroy those donuts, because when we do that, it makes them not spawn for a little while, so we have enough time to put all the missiles into her that we need to before they hit us again. Nice. Now, all we have to do... Well, I guess we have more than just this to do. We have to not die in this fight, and we have to have a decent escape. Because we've actually got a lot of time to save here. This is a segment to lose time, but it's also a segment to make time, because we kind of sucked in this in the PB. Oh, I have to charge shot. What am I doing? I wouldn't normally be nervous at Mother Brain, but just because I died to her last time. I didn't even die to her from taking too much damage, I just intentionally took too much damage. I ran into her legs one too many times. There we go. I was a little bit more cautious that time. She features as a main character in the 80s Nintendo cartoon Captain N. Really? Mother Brain? GLaDOS is an uploaded consciousness, not an AI. Well, yeah, that's technically what Mother Brain is, too, kind of. Except the consciousness is just a brain. Castlevania experiences Dracula's Curse and very small amounts of Symphony of the Night, so it sounds like you need to check out some of the others. Maybe. I mean, the important thing to remember, too, is the term Metroidvania was coined at a time when there were a lot fewer games, so more dissimilar games were linked as being similar. Nowadays, we wouldn't say necessarily that Castlevania and Metroid are similar enough to share a title or a genre. Just because there's so many games similar to Metroid and so many games similar to Castlevania. More than there are games that are similar to both. Captain N, Mother Brain was voiced by a man. Oh, really? Doing a female voice, or was it still like a man's voice? Mother Brain is an engineered biocomputer with a coded intelligence that's probably not sentient, but still technically an AI. Fair enough. So she is a living organic brain, but not a living organic brain that actually belonged to any normally birthed organic creature. It was created synthetically out of organic material, if I'm understanding it correctly. That makes sense. And created by who? Was she created by Ridley? Because that's always the thing I wondered, whether she was like a Chozo creation that Ridley corrupted, or whether she was a creation of Ridley. Whatever she is, though, she's dead now. She's dead now for killing my baby! Oh, mother brain. Alright, we need a good escape here. We need a good escape, and I think this will be a PB. I'm not 100% certain. Oh, no! It may not. But it's looking good. Oh, shoot. The one I wanted to shoot is the one I missed. Because it slows down when I'm firing, so I'd rather fire at the right times. I just don't know what the right times are. Alright, final trick. Let's hope I pull this off. Okay, got it. Looks like I got it at the last possible second, too, so I feel like I almost missed it. Well, right now we're comparing to average, so I don't know that it'll be a PB. I know that it's going to be better than average, unless I really screw up escape. But I don't know if it's going to be a personal best. I don't know why I turned into a ball there. Because I was going to go save the animals, that's why. Hey, Sanjo, how you doing? Sorry, animals. Oh, no! Oh, no, 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 no. No! Oh, man, the... Samus. Alright. I don't remember what my personal best is. So let's watch this outgoing sequence. No one tell me. Because we're going to switch over to a comparison to personal best in just a moment. Right after we see this explode. Do you have any save states at the end to show the animals? I don't, but... I don't. I think the closest one I have to the end is right before Ridley. Successfully! Wouldn't it be fun if there was an RNG roll here to determine whether Samus makes it off successfully or not? And it's like, oh, well, you did everything, but you died. And we don't know until the very end, until that end of the RNG roll, whether the run counts. That'd be fun. Alright, let's switch the comparison. Oh, I have some interesting news. We were comparing against our personal best. Well, how about that? How about that? I was going to dramatically reveal whether we were getting a PB or not, but we did by 2 minutes. By 2 minutes and 5 seconds, that was a personal best. What? Man, in the beginning, I thought I was doing really poorly because I was like, man, all this time less than average, but it wasn't less than average. We just rocked the end of the game there. 2 minute personal best. I almost don't believe that. Let me double check. Let's see, speedruns. Super Metroid personal best? Yeah, 108.49. New personal best, 106.44. Massive, massive personal best. Wow. And this is why we compare against average, or at least we try to. Because if I had known we were actually minus 136 going into that segment, I'd have been freaking out. Not too bad. It's because I was here. Yeah, Green Lemon, thank you so much. I owe it all to you guys. Oh, wow, Mac, thank you so much. That's a very generous, very, very generous $20 tip. Thank you so much. Congrats on the PB, says Mac. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And just for you guys, because we successfully beat the game in under 2 hours, we get the best ending, which shows Samus as naked as possible. Oh! Oh! Just think. Countless children played this game over and over and over again to learn how to beat it in under 2 hours, to see what we've just seen. $29 an hour, our rate for collecting items. 106.44. Our new personal best. See you next mission.